Hey there, y'all. This is Jack. Today we're discussing Record of Ragnarok, Chapter 91, and Soji. Holy freaky dominates here. Susanoo does pretty well, but wow, Soji's new form is Demon Child form. I'm not sure what the form's called yet, but yes, I'm gonna refer to it as that as of right now. Until we find out the original. But yeah, let's just dive right into this review, shall we? Because again, pretty dang another great hype chapter here. So yeah, everyone is watching this. Even Soji's friends are like, what in the world's going on here? As Soji, yeah, he's just burning up, and we see like then again his eyes are just burning up, makes it look like horns, looks like fires emerging from his mouth. He is pumped. Like, if you guys see Demon Slayer, the way they do it, where they use their techniques to enhance themselves, where Soji's like on this but on steroids, it's just like so much better. As yeah, he's ready, and he just goes in. Susanoo gets ready for an attack. And of course, Ares, we get commentary on Ares saying, oh yeah, Soji's gonna die right here. Poor Ares. Susanoo does his attack again, his wave attack. And Soji this time actually somewhat takes it head on. He slashes at it, but does knock him back. And again, very surprising, because as Soji does that, he gets knocked back. He lands, and he immediately just zooms right in front of Susanoo. Susanoo barely manages to block, as he said, as he just watches, and Heimdall just announces like how Soji's like much faster here. As Susanoo says, to think you would attempt to clash against my Amanosagashi. I'm so sorry, Japan. Isn't it a bit reckless? And Soji says, next time I'll do it much better. And Susanoo he's about to parry him back, but no, Soji just continues charging forward, pushing Susanoo back. As Susanoo's so surprised by this, as he thinks to himself, both his speed and his power, they increase drastically. You're doing great. But he pushes Soji back as he says, Dora! Again, similar to Shining Diamond. Or Crazy Diamond if you prefer. But Shining Diamond is the dub version of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. And Soji again goes in for another attack, and they're just clashing. And Ares just surprised again. Ares just surprised, of course, by all this. And Hermes has to explain it again, where essentially there's 3 stages of when Susanoo does this strike. Essentially, like, there's a again, up close is instant fatality. The second range is plurious range, which is, it's pretty fatal, pretty bad if you get hit by it. And then the last one is hazardous range, again, pretty dang devastating. And the farthest is harmless range. So apparently when we see Susanoo swing his sword, it's not as destructive as we all thought in the last chapter, where he just sends a slash and just destroys everything around it. No, it's for a certain distance, which makes sense, I should say. Which I would have been okay with, to be honest, if Susanoo was just that strong to just slash it and just completely annihilate anything that's in front of it. But of course, I would be okay with it if it got weaker and weaker as it went out. But that's not the case here. Well, that is the case where it gets weaker, but the fact that it doesn't go as far as we thought it did. It goes pretty far, but not as far as we thought. And Ares, again, poor Ares, just surprised by everything. As both of them, Susanoo and Soji just continue to start clashing. Even Zeus is so impressed by this, as he says, as expected from the strongest in combat. He lives up to the hype. And we do see Susanoo do a strike. Barely slashes Soji, but Soji does a good slash against Susanoo's chest, and Susanoo just laughs as he's just hyped about this fight. He continues slashing, but Soji's able to just speed blitz Susanoo around, trying to find an opening, because Susanoo, as strong as he is, he can't cover all his bases. So he's Soji's just looking for a way to get him. It's hard, but he's trying to find it. And we get Soji's best friend Kadao just right there watching. Very proud of Soji, because as his the other of his squad mates are saying, how was Soji just this strong all of a sudden? And Kando is essentially saying, well, Soji's always had, since he's had tuberculosis. I'm so sorry if I didn't say that correctly. I tried. That Soji he's just never been able to go all out. His body's been weak. But now that he's actually has a healthy body, yeah, he's able to go all out here. And Soji, he's not done yet. He is not done, as we see more energy just coming from him as the real Soji Okita emerges. And yeah, Susanoo's surprised because again, Soji's coming right at him from the front as Soji uses Tenken Rinshin Ryu secret technique. Demon Clan Thrust, or Demon Claw Thrust, excuse me, as he just does a massive slash right there, and Susanoo, unable to block it or parry it, it just slashes right through him, and all the humans are just cheering, as the narration says, thanks to the waking of the sword demon, the arena transformed into a crumble of excitement. And Soji's gonna go in for another attack, but no, Susanoo holds his hand out. And as that's happening, he gets ready for a swing as the narration continues. The sword god's left hand alone quietly held the sword demon captive. As Susanoo says, ready to go, and does one more slash right down, vertically right down on Soji with reverse heavenly demon. Ceaselessness. Right there, and Soji just thinks, okay, this is so fast. It's too late for me to escape. The divine blade couldn't be dodged. So Okita would only be able to reach that blow with pure luck? No. Kyoto, during the Bakumatsu, his face was rubbled by the god of death several times. Nothing else was needed but experience. So essentially, Soji, with all this time in his squad fighting, Soji went to attack it. He took it on and then parried it so he could get out of the way, so he could get knocked out of the way from the sword slash. Because again, if it hit him, he would have been done. He would have been sliced in two. And right there, Soji was able to get it, parry it, get knocked away from it, which is pretty dang bold. As Susanoo says, "I am boiling here. You managed to react even to Mugen." And we see Soji actually being very exhausted. His whole demon aura just kind of seems to be fading away at this moment. Excuse me. As Okita gets back up, and we see it just forming around him again as he says, "I'm surprised you can release such a power attack from such a small accumulation of energy." So yeah, when Susanoo was back, and he got all that energy as he had his hand out and just went in for an attack. So he didn't wind up all the way. It was just as simple as boom, came down as soon as he could to stop Soji from charging at him. And Susanoo says, "But the strength is reduced in exchange for that, though. However," he holds his hand out one more time and says, "I will finish this with this next one." And oh my, in a chapter, and the moment I read that, I was thinking to myself, wait, so this fight's probably going to end in the next chapter, right? Wow. Holy cow. Seems about right, though, to be honest. I wouldn't be surprised if they pushed it one more, but it seems like the climax is going to be hitting here soon. I thought we'd be getting more flashbacks, but I'm assuming that Soji, I still need to read the story he's in. I'm assuming we get more of Soji's backstory in that manga, so we probably won't get it here. So again, I get it, and I'm looking forward to reading that manga. I really want to read it. So if any of y'all know where I can read it, let me know, please. But yeah, it seems like Susanoo's gonna try to end it here now. My money's still on Soji, but man, Susanoo is performing very well. But it does seem like Susanoo has taken more fatal damage. Now, when I say fatal, is more he's taken more heavily damage. So Soji, the most damage I think he's taken was from the Susanoo slash in the last chapter where he didn't get hit by, but he got the sword and tried blocking it, but he got knocked back. And I'm assuming that's probably the closest damage he got aside from the slash on his shoulder. But I'm assuming that's nothing close to the slash Soji gave him on his chest and on his side. So again, my prediction is Soji is still gonna win. I think it's gonna be very close, but if it ends up in a tie, I'll take that. But yeah, it's so freaking cool here to see these two characters fight. Yes, I'm fanboying out because I love this series so much. My favorite manga. I'm gonna rate this chapter. I'll probably say, man, I really want to give it a 9. I'm gonna give it a 9. Screw it, I'm giving it a 9 because it was that good. But yeah, that concludes my review. If you listen this far, I appreciate it. And again, I know a lot of y'all are saying you think our Susanoo's gonna win or it's gonna be a tie. At least a tie. Give me that. Anyway, y'all take care and have a good one. Later.